Hi, this is Josh Edwards for the unit for submission. It was our biographical piece. Um, Mine is mainly going to pertain to me having a conversation with my mother about going back to school and really trying to um, finish up school and get my communications degree. So um, it's more like a monologue, one man show, that type of deal. It is a conversation I've had before with her. It's just more, me kind of telling her, I guess, how I feel or how I really feel about it, and that my decision to go back to school and hopefully get my communications degree and um, parlay that into a journalism setup, as a career. So that and just some other things I indicated on the written form that you had us provide to preface the assignment. So here we go. Hey mom, how you doing? Um, I came over because I wanted to um, indicate to you that I know we've been talking recently and you've been kind of getting on me about um, doing something, with more career oriented instead of finding these jobs, in town. They've really been, not really career oriented jobs and stuff. And I think with me getting older, I figured out that I need to have a career. I don't need to be having, a job at a retail store for X amount of years because realistically, that is not what I want to do. That is not my passion. Um, and everything like that. Now, I know that you would prefer um, it be more business oriented, and I understand that. Um, and that is something that I am thinking about, no doubt. That is not necessarily my main passion either. I mean, if I was to do something business oriented, it would be something golf oriented or um, sports related in general. I mean, I say golf because I love golf. I love, going on the golf range, going, playing 9 holes, 18 holes, and having fun with my friends, and just, something that I think I'm somewhat, you know, good at, but it's just really, golf. It's kind of like my zen place, or happy place, like Happy Gilmore says. Um, but anyway, um, yeah, business wise, I mean, in a perfect world, I would love to own land and turn it into a golf course and, have a business of that type or a golf shop or something like that. But, I don't know. That's something more secondarily or in conjunction to what I want to do. Now, what I mainly want to do is journalism. Regardless of if it's print, video, radio, some form of that. I know that you do not agree with my decision on this because you feel that journalism is, changing, and maybe you don't understand the way it's changing just because it's not newspapers anymore or magazines anymore. You've heard of magazines, newspapers following, but it's just the format is changing. It's more television oriented, radio oriented, and online. And I understand that it's sort of the great unknown, but just because you feel that it's something that is somewhat dying in your opinion doesn't mean that it's wrong. Um, you know, and I get it. I get the fact that I haven't written anything as a young man. Either going from high school to now or in between that time. I understand that, but quite frankly, this is not your life. This is mine. I know you want the best for me, but it's just you're so demonstrative to like shoot down my ideas, to shoot down things that I've done, and just because it doesn't agree um, with what you think I should do for my life, um, it's annoying and it pisses me off. And why do you think I haven't really told you a lot about my life as of late? Because I just you're gonna disagree with it and you're gonna piss me off, and then I'm just gonna walk out of your house and you know take a little breather and then come back in like a month or two. Because quite frankly, you're just so if I do something wrong, you just jump down my throat, and it's quite frankly shit. I don't. I may give you one liners about you know, that you hoard things too much, and that, you know, you need, you know, maybe some mental therapy like I do, you know. But quite frankly, journalism, regardless of if it's going over to a different country and writing about something for an online publication, for a newspaper, for a magazine, you know, for a book, something like that. Um, I think, quite frankly, I have the brain and the smarts to do that. Um, you know, but realistically, in a perfect world, I would love it to be sports journalism. You know, just because I'm such a sports oriented person. You know, that, I mean, I watch ESPN and you know, read a lot of publications and stuff like that. Now, granted, the desire to do it is one thing, and, you know, putting things into action is another. But I mean, I'm 28. I'm not getting any younger. I picked this career, you know, and I at least have to try it before I, you know, before I, you know, give it up, or choose to go some other direction, you know. And, you know, part of it also is that I consider myself a late bloomer, you know. You know, I mean, I finally moved out of your house within the last year, you know, and most people have, you know, move out sooner than that. And that's not a bad thing that I, you know, moved out finally, but I needed to, you know, and I had to find myself and decide what I want to do with my life. And I understand your concerns. And you're my mother. You're always going to be concerned and want the best for me. But it's just, as of late, you are. Where's the support? And, you know, in a past conversation around 2006, you said I haven't done shit with my life, and at the time I didn't. And even now you can say that I didn't. But the way you came about, you know, letting me know that, quite frankly, was somewhat disturbing, because you didn't give me any credit for what I've done so far. You didn't give me any credit for not being a crazy ass drunk, or somebody with a drug problem, or tons of kids like other family members or friends that we know, or just people we know in general, you know. I wasn't given the credit by you, you know, or really anybody for that matter, for, you know, being on the straight and narrow and, you know, doing stuff like that. You know, and Dad and I have talked about that, and, you know, my journalism ideas and stuff like that, and he backs me 100%. And I know you do subconsciously, but you just got to show it. And I would rather you be real with me and, like, give me, you know, your criticism than faking your agreement in this. But quite frankly, I've got to do this. I mean, this, maybe in conjunction with a business idea or a business background, would help, you know. And I'm not shutting the business part of it down, but realistically, I want to either A, do sports journalism if in a perfect world, or B, send me over, you know, the country, over the world, and I'll go, you know, write about stuff that happens in the Middle East or whatever. That stuff doesn't scare me, you know, like suicide bombers and that type of jazz. You know, it's rough, but, you know, maybe that's just my naive mindset in terms of how journalism really is compared to what I think it is. You know, I have to give you credit in terms of really any other aspect of my life, regardless of its having a family and so forth. You guys don't really give me hell on that, you know. But, you know, you do kind of give me your one-liners or your zingers that are kind of annoying too. And so does Aunt Liz, and Aunt Liz doesn't necessarily agree with my idea of a career, but that's not her, you know. And quite frankly, in addition to that, I mean, I've lived in this town for 12 years, and it's quite frankly boring. You know, I mean, Billings is not a town, in my opinion, for career growth that I want to go into, and just personal growth, because all there is to do for a person my age is, you know, maybe a little bit of golf, a little bit of drinking, or more than a lot of drinking, because a lot of people drink here, and what else do? They work, and that's it, and they raise families, and that's it, and that's cool. It's a family town, I get it. But quite frankly, I'm done with this town too. You know, I mean, I need to get my crap together and get done. You know, I hope, regardless of how you feel about what I'm going to do as a career or get things done towards my career, I just hope that you can better understand where I'm coming from, give me the support that I would, need and I think rightly deserve, and stuff. And just that this is what I need to do regardless of if I fail or not. I need to try this. I need to do this regardless of how long it takes. And just back me on this, and that I can do this, and that I got this, and that this is just not a crazy idea that I had in the recent past. It's something that I feel I need to do, and I've learned on the way what I don't want to do, as a career. And I've tried, I tried one career and it just didn't work out. I don't have the patience with kids that you may have had, and I'm just not I tried the teacher thing, and I'm not doing that. I can't do it. That is not my passion. That's not in my gut, not in my heart. So, I know this makes you upset, and I know you're kind of pissed, but this is what I chose, and I hope to get it done and prove you wrong, and prove you wrong, prove Aunt Liz wrong, prove any other family and friends that quite frankly think he's not going to do this, or that I'm floating off of crazy ideas, or, floating on your guys' coattails, or whatever they think. Alright, well, thanks, and I love you very much, Mom, and, Aunt Liz and Dad, and, that's just how it's going to be. Sorry, just hopefully you can get over it and support me, from now until I move out, or move on my own and go to a different state and have a career that I find personally and monetarily fulfilling. I love you guys.